Let's get myself all situated. An impromptu live stream just because I'm bored. Now, what's going on, everyone? Charlie checking in here, coming at you all live on this beautiful Tuesday night. We got one person in here watching. Thank you so very much for watching. You who has not commented yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just drink a little bit of tea here and let everybody kind of filter on in, man. There we go. We got some people coming in now. We got Soul Chambers in the house. What is up, Soul Chambers? Our dude Kevin Zerfus. Much love to you, Kevin. I'm trying to be a little quiet right now, guys. Erica, just laid Erica down for the night, tucked her in. Like I literally like tucked her in, pulled the gingerbread out of the oven, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to go live. So, anyways, yeah, what's going on with you guys? Miss Chrissy in the house. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're feeling much better tonight, Chrissy. And sorry I couldn't find that video. I'm gonna have to back up all these live streams that I have. And yeah, for instances like this, man. Ace Man in the house. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss Chrissy. Yep, you are definitely welcome. And oh man, I got heartburn, guys. I just made the most delicious chicken and rice tonight. Um, but man, it's like got me right freaking here, man. Aiden Romero in the house. What is up? Timothy Flames, Bobo Balcushion. First, no, you were first, man, but I appreciate your effort, man. Hell yeah. Christopher 9999 colon. JT is drunk. What's up, brother? Jail Von Rose, Little Money, 255, Portland Maid, Joey Nakamura, Casey One, Miss Charmaine in the house. What's up, Miss Charmaine? Coming in like a wrecking ball. I saw that video. Ramen Empire. I like that name, the Ramen Empire, bro. I can get down with that, man. Terry Mickles, what is up, man? AR Boy 69. Ace Man still here, right on. Jeff Bartleball, what's up, Jeff? Lydell White, Juggernaut, 81886 says drinking tea while spilling. I didn't spill no tea, did I? Oh shit, I did. Holy crap, I didn't even recognize, man. Thanks for pointing that out there, man. Dolan PLS says, what up, y'all? Man, Boas Legacy. Toronto Flava Flav in the house. What is up? Netflix and Charlie Chill. What is on Netflix right now? Something new. Kevin Hart has a new stand-up on Netflix. I kind of started watching it. It's pretty cool. He's actually got the special filmed in his house. And he straight up says it's because he doesn't feel comfortable anywhere outside his own house. And it sounded, from what I saw, it was really good, man. So check that out. Also, the 6ix9ine documentary is on Netflix. I know you watched that, Flav. Toronto. Bradley Fletcher, what's up, Bradley? Jordan Yon, Bobo, Rebecca Spratling, what is up, Rebecca? Are you back on Facebook yet? A lot of people are getting kicked off. Ace Man says, take a teaspoon of baking soda and mix it up in a glass of water and drink it. You know, I've actually got omeprazole. You know, earlier this year, I actually had a pre-ulcer that was really bad, man. It was a pre-ulcer, but it still hurt. And it was like really close to being an ulcer. Had the nurse stick her finger up my butt. Cute nurse too, man. It was quite embarrassing. And they would put me on 40 milligram omeprazole for a month, and then prescription or whatever, you know. So that's what I'm taking right now. I done took 2. I think I need another one, man. Nicholas Farina, what's up? Julianne 2020, what is up in the house? Says, why you so amazing? You know, just try, man. I just try to be amazing on a daily basis. Corey Phillips in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. Says, hey, Charlie, what's up? Finally made it to his stream. Sorry, I missed a few. It's all right, man. You know, we all living our lives, doing our things, you know, we got shit going on. And, you know, I'm happy when you guys miss live streams. You know, when you're out doing your thing or whatever, man. It's cool, bro. I don't mind. Junior Gutierrez says, where's Erica? Erica is in the bed, bro. You know, she gets up early in the morning, you know, to get to her job. And you know, she likes feeling rested when she wakes up in the morning. Oh my god, excuse me. It's coming. I've got to get some omeprazole. But yes, you know what I'm saying? So she goes to bed at 8 o'clock now. So everyone give Erica a round of applause, you know what I mean, for her determination, her discipline, her hardworking nature, and you know what I mean, the fact that she'll lay it down at 8 o'clock every night. You know what I mean, to get up, go to work, and help us support a family. Yeah, you know, so Cody PH X2, what is up, man? Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that right now, man. Maryland Mike in the house. What is good with your man? Down of the Dead 420. Jeff Bartlebaugh, Bobo Belishkin. I am subscribed to Michael channel, and fucking YouTube keeps showing notifications. I guess YouTube is still trying to push Mikey. You know, maybe he's throwing a little extra dollars or something. It's got to be something with the algorithm. You know, here it goes, bro. The algorithm is the enemy, right? So what the algorithm does, it takes your search files, your search history, you know what I mean? And it shows, you know, even if you aren't subscribed, you know, to Kid Behind a Camera anymore, you know, I guess being the fact that you watched for so many years as a faithful fan and follower and subscriber, you know what I mean? It's still up there as far as like searches on YouTube. And even if you don't, you know, even if you're not subscribed and you still just type in Kid Behind a Camera, I'm sure that something like that pops up or whatever. And yeah, you got to do something with that algorithm, bro. Just go ahead and start putting in all kinds of other stuff, just like Tabasco sauce toothpaste, or how to floss with beaver hair, or how to floss with beaver hair. Yeah, that's actually not something you would look on YouTube for. You probably go to X Hamster probably for that. Chris Sessa says, "What's up, Charlie? What's up, Chris Sessa?" Much love to you right there, bro. Ash Blake in the house. Looks like you just caught me, bro. I'm here. I got the door shut so I can try to talk a little louder because then they're trying to go to sleep. Ace, man, you like that, huh? Don Vito says, search beaver hair flossing on P-Hub. I swear that just popped into my head, you know, the first thought, you know. But then as I was saying it, I was like, woo, yeah, this is definitely P-Hub worthy material. Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Junior Gutierrez. Okay. Yeah. I guess Michael and Bridget, they're getting married and she will be Mrs. Green. Well, good for them. You know, right on, man. Finally. You know what I mean? It would be cool to go ahead and see Michael and Bridget actually like do a sincere video with all you fans and stuff. Cause like, you know, like I understand the clickbaiting and shit like that. I don't agree with it, you know what I mean? But I understand the clickbaiting. You know what I mean? Trying to get more people to watch when actually right now it's actually kind of hurting them, you know, because of it. But regardless, I think that, you know, if he does if they do get married, maybe they should show you guys the legit side, you know what I mean? The actual drywall and screws, you know what I mean? Them building the house, putting that foundation and relationship truly together in the end. You know, you guys have all been watching for so long. And I know so many of you guys are just craving that realism, you know what I mean? That has been gone for so long, you know what I mean? And you would just really like just to see a heartfelt, you know, a heartwarming scenario unfold before your eyes, you know, magically as opposed to choreographed, you know, just, you know, I don't know. You know, that's just one thing that all of you guys, when you come to me and stuff, you know, whenever you kind of compare the differences, I guess, as a, you know, between me and Michael or whatever, you know what I mean? You always tell me that it's just not planned, you know, everything just feels organic, you know what I mean? And that me and Erica, we just go with it. We just put the cameras in our faces, you know, and we just let the cameras roll, you know, and it seems like that's what a lot of you guys like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to harp on it too much, you know, but yeah, you know, like, I don't know. Like I would say I'm not going to sit here and shit on the the engagement, I guess, as it were, or whatever, you know. But I'm not. I'm going to try not to. You know what I'm saying? They like they literally, you know, they have not mentioned me in the past couple of days, I guess, as it were. You know what I mean? At all, you know, despite all these bombs I've been dropping and stuff like that, you know, they pretty much stayed quiet. And I've told them, you know, don't mention Charlie, you know, don't mention me, you know. in any sort of negative light, and they just went ahead and shut up altogether, So I'm trying to keep, good to my end, as far as talking negative about them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm always, I don't know, this it's good for my growth, I guess, you know what I mean? Like you guys don't see anything wrong, you know what I mean, whenever I come out here and I'm aggravated, over them putting me in their storylines or just whatever, and but whenever I've said my point, you know what I mean, I'm not the type to sit there and beat a dead horse, you know what I mean? It's just like it's like my dad, you know what I mean? I'm just like my dad in so many ways, man. Like if dad had an issue with you, you know what I mean? Like dad would blow up, he'd cuss, call you a two-bit son bitch, no good, dog dick pussy looking motherfucker, yada yada yada, Excuse my language, Lord, that was pretty bad, but dad would give it to you and you and dad would have it out, but then he would let it go, an hour less on most occasions. There were times where dad would grind it, I've been on dad's bad side for, days, but I guess it depends on level of infractions and shit like that. But usually, dad says what he has to say, you know what I mean? And he lets it go, and that's how I am, you know what I mean? Because like, the more that you sit here and you just based in that negativity, you know what I mean? You end up just feeling it, and you just end up becoming a negative person, you base the ham in salt, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a salty ham, you know what I'm saying? You damn, you know, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I'm just trying to be positive and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Um Thanksgiving is right around the corner, you know what I mean? My birthday, you know what I'm saying, almost 2 weeks away. Christmas and New Year's, you know what I mean? So like, I try my best, to stay positive, and of course we're all going to have things that annoy us and irk us, and people that try us and test us, you know what I mean, on a daily basis, you know what I mean? But just try and be sure, well, speaking for me, I don't want to come off as preachy, but I try and be sure, to face my opposition swiftly, and then continue to focus on positivity, you know what I mean? Because just life is just so blessed, man. Everything is just so wonderful for me right now. Like I said the other week, I decided to try to get involved with the whole bullshit, you know what I'm saying, with between, Michael and Jennifer and Isaac and Tina and shit like that, and that whole just ball of negativity that's been rolling over there, and I end up getting myself involved in it, you know what I mean? Um Over just the fact of that that it was family, you know what I mean? And I was just kind of uh ashamed of what they were saying, but still, regardless of that, I wasn't really involved in it. Dawn Mosley, my sister Dawn, right there. Dawn, I was just thinking about you as I was getting ready to come live or whatever. I need you to send me your address. Go ahead and send me your address on Messenger, and I've got something to send you. I know whatever, you're gonna know what's for your Christmas present or whatever, but maybe throw a little something in there extra. But this is not really a Christmas present for me to give to you, Don. This is actually almost, I guess you could say, kind of your birthright. This is something that you earned, that you deserve right here. And so don't even look at this as like a Christmas present. For me, this is kind of your right, God-given right that's coming to you, Don. And and uh and yeah, it will be coming to you here before Christmas so that you can have it and you can put it up. Guys, I remember last year I was kind of in the skids, not with just Erica. Hey Sharon, mwah, mwah. Much love to you, Miss Proctor, and the family out there. Hopefully you are doing well tonight. And yeah, I was kind of in the skids with a whole lot of things last year, and I ended up going to stay with my sister Dawn for a week in Alabama, and she showed me a bunch of pictures and stuff, and she even showed me this parade top that my grandfather, my papa, it's all he pretty much had left from his army days, was this parade top that my grandma had given to Don back in what, 1997, 1996, 1997. And she's had it ever since. So yeah, Don says, what do you and Erica want for Christmas? Nothing. Like freaking Erica's mom and stepdad are giving us a damn Jeep Wrangler, an 09 Jeep Wrangler, 30,000 miles on it, 6-speed. I'm going back to rocking the stick or whatever, but there's really nothing else I could want now. I got Jeeps coming our way. Ace Man says Charlie and Erica need a top for their Jeep. And we may not even need that, quite honestly, man. I've been sitting here looking up rims and tires all day. Somebody asked me earlier, they were like, yo, man, what are you going to get, man? The PS5 or the Xbox One? And I was like, I'm actually checking out these rims and wheels for my Jeep. Think I'll be investing in my ride, more than that. You know what I mean? And yeah, just Don, just for you to, just your love, send us some pictures of you and the fam and stuff like that, and give Scruff a hug for me, and yeah, Junior Gutierrez, Timothy Flame says the plush are coming back, I think. So yeah, they do say that they are coming back, but I mean, there's no need to buy one. I got them for her right now, but yeah, any of you guys that don't have one, you know what I mean, they definitely are coming. 122 people watching. Wow, thank you all so much. Hit that like button for me. I don't normally do that, but hit that like button. Let's try to see that 37 likes or match the 124 people watching right here, man. I want to see how many chill fans we got in the house as opposed to the haters. I don't think we have any though. Not that it matters. Google, what's up, man? Says Charlie needs a good sound system for his Jeep. I'm not so much into like the bass and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Quite honestly, as long as it's got a CD player, I don't really like to play the music loud. Quite honestly, you know what I mean? I almost feel a little embarrassed. I almost feel like, people that play the music really loud, they're just like seeking attention. You know what I mean? And despite the fact, that I do live streams and that I do vlogs, you know what I mean? That sometimes I go out there with a camera in the middle of the street and cut up and act a fool. I'm normally kind of like a low key guy. You know what I mean? I don't, eyes to the floor, forward. You know what I mean? And it becomes more prevalent, that attribute of mine, with age. The older I get, the tamer I get. Let me tell you, when I was 20 something, I had myself a Jeep. I don't know how many. Yeah, you guys have seen my Jeep. You remember I had a Jeep before, man. How many of you guys remember the cookout video? Angry Grandpa ruins the cookout and destroys the fucking the grill and just rips it to pieces. And then I drive off. I got that red Jeep. You might have remembered that. But yeah, I'd already had one before, and I really liked it a lot. Had to get rid of it. Unfortunately, it had transmission issues. Look, everybody y'all remember that, dude? That was so far back, bro. I was still living with my Uncle Bobby right on the other side. Matter of fact, guys, I would move away like 2 months after that. Right as the whole Angry Grandpa thing started fizzling up, you know what I mean? I would move away, and it's quite funny, man, because I was just walking down memory lane yesterday. I don't know, this guy Arbo Money or something like that. I don't know how many of y'all have seen this re-upload that somebody has re-uploaded here recently about Angry Grandpa is the most dangerous or whatever. It was like 30-something thousand, 40-something thousand. And it was the night before Christmas story that Dad was telling the kids that there was no Santa and stuff like that, and it was just so awesome. I remember that night vividly. I remember being there, and like I said, Dad would do a whole story first, and it was the best story, dude, about like news, Live 5 news in Charleston and shit, and nobody having the money to donate to the fucking to Salvation Army. It was a great story, and then Michael wouldn't even be recording. So we would have to start the video all over again. I remember whenever True TV actually came to the trailer park to film that segment, guys. And I thought I was going to be on TV. Oh my God, guys. I thought I was going to be on television, guys. Damn. They were there to interview me about the cigarette. I don't know how y'all probably never even seen. I don't know how many of y'all, one or two of y'all here may have seen the old cigarette prank that Michael did with me. I think that he might have sold it to break.com. But I actually had Michael and them had actually stuffed a fucking cigarette into a Newport 100 and pow, blew up in my face. And I was supposed to talk about it, you know, to the interviewer, you know, and I just straight bombed the interview, man. It was the worst. You know, it was in like the middle of June. We were in that little ass tin can trailer, you know, right there in Trailwood. They were wanting to do it at the Marriott at first, but they didn't have the money to do it. So they decided to do it right there in the trailer with the AC cut off. And it was so funny. Oh my God. The funniest part, besides me bombing the interview, guys, the very funniest part about this whole thing, right, was that it was a father and daughter duo that actually filmed this for us, right? And he was very bossy to his daughter. You know, he was like, do this, do that, do this, do that, you know. And in return, she was bossy to us. Like it was kind of like the shit rolling downhill. And we were not happy about it, you know. And like we were kind of like we had to sit in the very back bedroom, Michael's old bedroom. We had to sit in that bedroom, you know, with the door shut, and we had to be as quiet as we could be. We had to because these cameras, like the microphones were so sensitive that they can hear people talking outside the trailers, right? And we didn't even realize just how sensitive they were, right? Until after Dad had done got bossed around by this girl. You know, Michael done got bossed around, and I think they wanted to try to talk to Mom or something. And we're all in the back bedroom, and then there Michael and Dad were just mainly Dad. He was just like, man, fuck that bitch. Who the fuck they fucking think they goddamn are? God damn it, I'm angry, goddamn grandpa. They'll be film me, tell me what fucking bitch. I'm gonna tell them to go fuck themselves in a minute. And I swear to God, dude, like he's like, all right. We all came back out into the living room, and he called us out into the living room just to remind us that them cameras are very sensitive. And that it can pick up every little damn thing that we were saying. And so they heard Grandpa in that room talking shit about this girl. Goddamn little whore. You think you fucking with me? Like, and like he had asked a couple times, "Was it real? Come on, is it real or is it not?" You know, and you know, listening to Dad talk shit about that girl in the back room, it was it was enough. Part of me after that happened, man, thinking about it now, you know what I mean? 20 years later, well, not 20, 2009, 19, 11 years later, you know, sitting back and thinking about that day, like they were instigating Dad. You know, I really feel like their producers sent them to Grandpa's house, you know, to get the footage and then pick and poke and prod. Because, you know, like then Dad, I think that he did, you know, fuck you, kiss my ass, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I think he kind of worked with it, you know, but at first, you know, I think they let him on at the end, you know, that they were pulling his chains and shit and trying to get a reaction out of him, you know. But you know, at the beginning, like seriously, yeah. You know, he was in the back bedroom cussing. We were all cussing that family out, or family, the husband and daughter out. And yeah, that was a pretty good day. Like I say, I didn't do a good job at all, guys. They were going to try and sell this video of me getting the firecracker blown up in my face. They ended up not using it because it would have been dangerous for children to reattempt, you know. And but they did. They sat me down. They had like, you know that the mirror thing, you know, with the light shines on it, the mirror the light shines off that mirror back onto you. Man, I was wearing that. I had a freaking, I was wearing that. We had that going. The AC was cut off because we couldn't have no background noise. And I decided to dress up. I decided to look good, so I had me an undershirt on, and I had me an overshirt buttoned up and stuff like that in the middle of June. And I was so super hot, guys. I had this freaking rag, you know. And first off, like they asked me the same questions like 20 times, and I couldn't figure out different ways to describe what the hell happened. You know, I can only how many different ways can you tell a story? You know what I mean? But when they sit down and they ask you questions, and you see these people on True TV, or you see these people on that are being interviewed, even just like, you know, like a small quick clip, you know what I mean? You know, it's just they like, you'll have one person, they'll have like 5 responses, you know, to the story, and then that's it. But they asked you like the same questions like 10 times, 12 times, and they shoot from different angles, here, there, you know. And dude, I was just nervous. I was just completely turned the fuck around, guys. And it was so freaking hot, so God blessed hot in his house. Hio de Punta Madre. You trying to get me to say something? You trying to get me to say something messed up? I appreciate that dollar right there, man. But yeah, man, I was sitting there with this rag, and in between takes, I would take my hat off and I would wipe my face down, and they would tell me, they were like, "Sir, you need to, if you must wipe the sweat from your face, blot the sweat, mat it, push it in, because when you rub it, it puts red streaks all over your face that only the camera can really pick up." And needless to say, they didn't use my clip, didn't use it at all. So but yeah, really good day. And thank you, RO Money or whoever it was that re-uploaded that, because yeah, you know what I mean, that was took a nice little trip down memory lane on that one. So Clint Eastwood in the house, what is up? King Charles in the hizzy, baby. King Charles is still in the house. Yes, guys, King Charles is what, 145 years old or something like that. Everybody talks about the immortal Prince or Queen Elizabeth or whatever, but they neglect the fact that her husband Charles, who is what, like 5 years older than her, he's still alive. He's immortal. England is keeping them boys alive. So let's see here. Google is a piece of shit. What's up, brother? I got the popcorn. Thank you so much for joining me, man. And yeah, just hanging out tonight. We're not really ranting on about anything. There's really nothing bothering me, you know, other than the fact that I've been feeling quite domesticated. Oh my God, guys. Like I say, man, I tucked Erica in tonight. I made some gingerbread. And I was like, holy shit, what else am I going to do with my night? Kids are asleep. House is cleaned. And just thought I'd come on here with you guys. So let's see here. JT is drunk says, there was this story about Mike hitting you with a guitar. Was that true? Yep. So that was true, man. Oh my goodness, guys. That was such a bad point for our family, man. Big family fight. Huge family fight, guys. Gather around, man. Gather around. Huge family fight back in 2003. Skylar would be born in oh no, wait. Different place. No. Okay, anyway, yeah, we were living in Somerville. We were living in a place, I forget what it was. We were living off a place called Longleaf Drive. This is the same place, guys, where I told you that I spent Thanksgiving hiding in the room and foraging in the trash for pie. Yeah, swear to God. And hide out in Michael's room for like a week, you know. And hey, Jaden Hector Leon, what's up, brother? Yeah, so this wasn't long after Christmas. Yeah, this wasn't long after Christmas, guys. Yeah, because for Christmas, check this out. Like, this is a dispute between me and Michael still to this day. But it's true. It's just a fact. While we were on Longleaf, this was back in 2003, I think it was, 2004 maybe. Dad asked us what we wanted for Christmas. And everybody had their rounds, and I told Dad, I said I wanted a camera. I said I wanted a camcorder. So I don't know why. I just want to go around and record shit or whatever. And Michael said that he wanted an acoustic guitar. You know what I mean? And Michael said he wanted acoustic guitar. I said camera. And guys, I swear to goodness, man, Christmas comes around, or before Christmas even happened, you know what I mean? Michael said, I want the camera. I want the camera. I want the camera. So I was like, fine, you know what? I'll take the guitar. Dad had done bought the shit, and then Michael wants the camera. So I went ahead and I took the guitar. Once again, a right-handed guitar that would never get restringed for left hand, and it would end up being broke over my head. So fast forward a few months down the line, big family fight, bro. I swear to God, like the biggest fucking family fight. I don't even remember what the hell it was over. I think I had just found a job. Jennifer's husband, Josh, he had lost his job. Mom wasn't working. Dad was still trying to get his disability going, or his some kind of unemployment or something going. And he was also selling, sandwiches and burgers and sausages and Reese's and Snickers and sodas and stuff to these construction crews that were, massive influx of homes being built in Somerville. And Dad was right there to capitalize on. I told you Dad would sell to the construction crews up until he was told on, and then could not get a business license. So, anyways, man, no money's coming in. Everybody's, just living on top of each other. You know what I mean? There is no separation, no going out working and coming back. We're all just living on each other and getting on each other's nerves. And just the littlest fire just ignited us all. Kimberly was still living here at the time. This was before Kimberly would go back to New York, and we were all just fucking living on top of each other, and just going at it. Kimberly and Jennifer never got along to begin with, you know what I mean? And, once Jennifer had Josh and Jennifer had the boys, Jennifer felt she had a certain amount of leverage, and she did, you know what I mean, over Dad, because Dad really cared for those boys, and he'd put up with a lot of Jennifer's shit, just so that she wouldn't take the boys and run off. She was never going to do that, but she would always threaten it and shit. And so just to keep peace in the valley, Dad would take her side a lot. And this turned into like the massivest, biggest fucking blowout, that we all got drug into, I mean, I was cussing at Mom. Dad was cussing at me. Mom was cussing at Jennifer. Jennifer was cussing at Dad. Kimberly was cussing at Michael. Michael was cussing at Kimberly. Mom was cussing at me. Mr. Fishman. Guys, y'all trying to get me to say something crazy, can't you? I don't understand what that means. Brandon Lejeune says, damn, Mike swinging a guitar, probably most work he's done at that time. Well, still. Check it out, bro. This wasn't the first thing that he would wing at me. Check it out, man. Like, it got to the point, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, I get to the point, with all the fighting and shit, where I just get depressed over it. I'm like, man, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Been living with this shit all my life. You know what I mean? Never really a peaceful, well, we had our peaceful moments, but it was always broke up with, spats, between Dad and us, or Dad and Mom, or just, mental breakdowns from Mom or Jennifer, or even me causing hell and chaos. I'm not perfect neither, but it was mostly orchestrated, Mom and Dad, and I was always the type that would, Abraham Barrera, what is up, brother? I was always the type to retreat, you know what I mean? Just like, screw it, man. I can't take that shit no more, man. 9, 10 years old in my room crying, just wanting to fucking be with a new family and shit. But I digress, man. So anyways, and then it gets into me and Michael, you know what I mean? We're just going at it over like the dumbest shit. I remember, I won't even forget it. Michael, if you're watching, I know you won't forget it neither. One point, Me and Michael were arguing about something, and this was actually in Lantern Hill. But we were arguing about something. Each other said, "Motherfucker, yada yada yada," and then I swear to God, it happened just like this. I was like, "You want to play some Xbox?" I swear to God, it was like, rah, 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 rah. You want to play some Xbox? And he was like, yeah, sure, come on. And we just turn around and just walk the fuck away, man. We're like, bro, we got problems. We got communication problems. We need to work on this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it just never did evolve. You know, here we are to this day, you know, still stuck in that rut, you know, in that loop, you know. But anyways, so back to the story at hand. So like me and my, it's just heated, bro. It is just full out, all out war, man. Rah, 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 from one end of the house to the other, you know. And then I swear to goodness, Michael came out with a fucking a glass jar of candy or sugar or something, and then because I didn't even know he did it at first. Like all I know is I was just sitting there like, man, God, I'm just like, I'm kind of about to start turning into Hulk mode because shit just won't stop. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, right past my head against the wall, smash, dude. I mean, everywhere, dude. Just broken glass and freaking candy and shit just rained on me, bro. And like I was in such a state at the moment, man. We were all in such a state that half of us, you know, didn't know what was going on at the time. I'm sure, man. But just I just remember it just raining on me, almost like something from Smoking Aces or something. Real just slow mo, you know, just and dude, that actually brought me to. I was like, boom, you know, it like really brought me back to the moment, you know, and I was just like, damn, you know, I kind of put my head down and just kind of sat down on the couch, or maybe I didn't sit down, maybe I was still standing. I just kind of put my head down. I'm just like, shit, you know, like embarrassed and angry with myself, you know what I mean, because I didn't do anything to help the situation, you know what I mean. I wasn't doing anything but adding fuel to this powder keg, you know, to this fucking monsoon of a bomb, you know. And and yeah, you know, we all get like that. And I mean, I was just sitting there in the middle of the room. I was like, da na 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 na, you know, I was just sad, you know. And then all of a sudden, bro, here comes Jeff Jarrett, man. Here comes the honky tonk man. Here comes Michael Green. Woo! Pow, dude. Right in the back of my motherfucking head, bro. Boom, and it just exploded, dude. Because you know these guitars, these cheap acoustic guitars, you know, even an expensive one, it doesn't take much to shatter, you know. And so he did. Boom! He came back and he fucking smashed my guitar over my head, my Christmas present over my damn head. And dude, it was real. It was like, it was such a wave, guys. It was such a wave. It went just like this. I was like, man, I was just sad, you know. Boom, he hits me, and then it's kind of my shoulders kind of square up, you know. And I kind of like, cause I was always all hunched over, and then I squared up, and I turned around and I looked at him just like this, you know what I mean? And Michael's just kind of looking at me like this, and them, Kimberly and Jennifer and them, they're still arguing and shit like that, you know. And I just look at him, you know, and then I just see like the scene behind him, you know. It just really brought me to, you know, the house destroyed, you know what I mean? Fucking dad sitting down in his car at the table, just had enough, can't say nothing else, you know. Man, and just Kim and Jenny and mom and all of us just arguing and fighting and shit, you know, and just realizing it, man. It was almost like a, you know what I mean, like a third person view, you know what I mean, of all of us, you know what I mean, and just really getting a view of the whole situation and just how bad it was, you know. And huh, man, bro, I just went ahead and sat back down. Swear to God, like I didn't swing on him or nothing. You know, like it was it. Like I was defeated. You know, we were all deflated. We were all deflated and defeated, but we didn't want to admit it. We didn't want to show it. You know how it is. You know, when you're in arguments and shit that you know you can't win. You know what I mean? Or arguments that there is no point to. You know what I mean? In the end, you know what I mean? Um, but you just keep on going. You know, you keep on going because you just want to win, or you're afraid to say sorry, or you're afraid of how it's gonna end, so you just want to keep it going. You know, and oh, okay, the TV's on in there. But yeah, man, it was just a really, really, really bad time. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'll always remember it, bro. Like not long after that, I swear to goodness, guys, not long after that, man, 2 weeks, man, I would be praying to God, man, like with all my heart and soul and want. You know what I mean? Um, and just get me out of here, Lord. Help me. And I did. The very next day, I got a freaking job, man. That I would hold down for almost 10 years, and I would end up moving out, moving on. You know what I mean? And leaving that whole scene behind. You know what I mean? And it would just go. It would just only get worse for Dad and them guys, like, because then they would lose that place, and then that's when they would move to Lincolnton. That's whenever Josh would leave Jennifer and all the kids stuck with Dad. That's when Dad would have his operation, the reoperation, and almost die. You know, and and it's so sad. It's so kind, think back, and I was living such a good life back at that point. I had my Jeep. I was still driving that Jeep that you all had seen. I was still driving it, and and yeah, man, I was roommating. I had a guy that had his own place. He was roommating out and everything. Just living my best life, And the family was just struggling, and it was really hard to see. Um, but yeah, hey, that's the story. When I got my head smashed on. Here we got kid behind a camera in the house. What is up, kid behind a camera? uh, so yep. Anyways, that was that story, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Bobo Bal Kishan says, Charlie, please watch Boys in the Hood on Netflix. Like, don't you know, man? Like, I've watched Boys in the Hood so many times, man. My mom absolutely loved Boys in the Hood. And when my mom loved a movie, she watched it once a week. You know what I mean? And if I liked the movie, I'd sit there and watch it with her. And man, I can't tell you how many times I've watched Boys in the Hood. I actually saw it on Netflix earlier today, and was like, man, I can't watch it. I can't watch it, man. You know how many times I've done seen that? Dan Rob Smith 97 says, Charlie, what you think of Jarhead? I really like Jarhead, man. I really hated the very end. I won't ruin it, but I really hated the very end of it when they didn't get to take the shot. Other than that, I really enjoyed the movie. And here's an interesting fact about that movie. Erica's stepdad, Joe B, much love to you, Joe B, is a Marine, a proud retired Marine. And he actually would be one of the first platoons that would go to where, what was it, Kuwait, I believe it was, and protect the oil fields. As you guys would know, once America invaded Iraq in that area and was looking for Saddam, they would light the fucking oil fields on fire and they would split. And so it was our jobs to contain the oil fires, and protect the oil mines that had not been lit yet. And Joe B was actually one of the first boots on the ground to protect those oil fields, while Jake Gyllenhaal and the sharpshooter he was working with would crawl their way across looking for Saddam. So, what do you think about that story, man? I thought that was pretty cool, man. Excuse me. You know what, man? I think I'm gonna get me 2 more omeprazoles. Hold on one second, guys. Talk to Charlie Wolf for a second. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, everybody. I am back. I appreciate you giving me a moment. Here's what I take right here. Actually, this is not what I take. I won't be buying these again right here. These are actually like a dissolving tablet, as opposed to the actual pill form or whatever. And these don't work as well. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this open. Ooh! So how are you guys doing tonight, man? Y'all having an awesome time? 153 people here watching. That is so awesome, man. I thank every single one of you guys. Like I said, I know it's not as interesting, you know what I mean? It's not as prolific of a watch, you know what I mean, when I'm not angry and I'm not ranting and I'm not fighting back with the family and stuff, you know what I mean? But like it's whatever. I'm not gonna sit there and try and fuel it up and come on here and you know make it entertaining and talk shit about the family just because I want views. That's not what I'm about, guys. And I think you all know that. You know, and I just want to thank every single one of you that are sitting here watching. You know what I mean? Just listening to me tell stories and just getting in my comfort zone with you all. Without having to talk about the bad shit necessarily going on in my life. And that means a lot to me, guys. I want you all to know that. And yeah, it helps me grow. It helps me continue to do things that I haven't done before. You know what I mean? Yeah, it helps me do things that I haven't done before. Always break the mold. Always do what you always did. And you'll always get what you always got. I heard that before. And it really stuck with me. You know what I mean? And not only that, like I say, I can't remember the woman that Erica was watching the other day, but it was a Holocaust survivor. And she would talk about breaking that cycle in order to grow. And I mean it really stuck home. It really struck me. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I try not to sound too preachy and shit. I just try. I don't know. I don't know. What's everybody else up to, man? Anything y'all want to know? Want to see what's going on? Any kind of issues that are plaguing your life that you may want to talk about, or because I'm pretty good. Besides the fact that crap, man, these peppers and onions are coming back to talk. Oh my goodness, man, it's kind of hurty. Xander D Dog says PS5. Are you getting one, Charlie? I think that I will maybe eventually get one, but no time soon. I think I'm more focused on kind of big boy toys right now. I'm not really focused on electronics or games or anything like that. I'm focused on my ride, waiting to get that up here and shit, and my job going. And yeah, man, like quite honestly, guys, I have been unemployed now since August, the 1st of August, like the very beginning of August. And man, I swear to goodness, man, I've played almost as much video games as I can play. I've watched almost as much Netflix as I can watch. I've watched as much cartoons. I've done as much chilling out as I feel like I can freaking do anymore. I'm really craving, getting back out into the working world and getting active again, and making money and feeling proud of myself. You know what I mean? Feeling like I'm a productive member of my own life, not even of society, of my own life, and yeah, so that's where I am right now, so let's see here. Beardo 2020 says, would you buy a Tesla? You know what? How much are the Teslas now? 69,420. Is that where he put it at? I mean, maybe, in a few years from now, maybe once the prices have gone down some, what have you, more people are buying them, so maybe like the car parts are more accessible and less expensive, I guess, as it were. Um, yeah, I couldn't see why not. If one was in my price range and I had, and I liked the style of it, I could see me perhaps getting a Tesla. Zbad, I've seen you ask the question a couple times, man. It says, "Are you a Nelk Boys fan?" I haven't watched Nelk Boys. I haven't. I think I actually have heard of them. What do they do, like comedy or something like that, or are they like Jackass or something? I haven't actually seen them. Bob Belkishin says, "Charlie, what advice can you give to graduate? Because freshman year I messed up bad. Now I'm trying to get caught up in school. So what advice can you give me to get ready for the real world?" Man, quite honestly, bro, don't worry about it. Quite honestly, bro, if you're still in high school, you know what I mean? Understand, that, I mean, the real world isn't really the real world for a fresh graduate, hopefully you got family and friends that love you and stuff, and that will still help you out in life. You know what I mean? Basically, man, just be prepared to work. You know what I mean? Quite honestly, don't be afraid to work. Don't be afraid of, what you think you're gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't get into college, you know what I mean, and you've got to seriously hit the ground running in the real working world, you know what I mean? Like, then don't worry about what's happening on Thursday night or Friday night. You know what I mean? Where the party is, who's doing what. Oh, you missed out on this or you missed out on that. Because you're going to encounter that a lot. Whenever I was younger, that was one of the big things that kept me from keeping a job, quite honestly. You know what I mean? Was just worry, just feel the, what do they call it? FOMO, the fear of missing out. Just remember, dude, that this is just temporary. And let me tell you right now, bro, that people sit back and they pine on the good old days when they were 18 and so, bro. Let me tell you, man, I'm having the most fun probably right now, than I've ever had in my life. You know what I mean? And it's because I am basically master of my own domain, master of my own destiny. You know what I mean? If I want to go to the store, I get up and I'll go to the store. If I want to go for a walk over there at the park, I'll go for a walk at the park. If I want the heater on and the AC going at the same time, I'll do it. And that comes from working in this world and constantly carving out a place for yourself. You know what I mean? So just go ahead, bro, and hit the ground running. Try and stay positive every morning you wake up. And that's another thing, bro. Like, it's hard to wake up sometimes in the mornings. I mean, that doesn't just go for kids and stuff. Grown ass adults, grown ass folk. Erica wakes up in the morning. I'll give her a little coddle. Love you, baby. Make up, baby. I'll make her coffee. This morning, and yesterday morning, I even massaged her feet for her. I had massaged my lady's feet and made her coffee for her. All before 5:30 in the morning. And yeah, because like that sleepy feeling will go away. In 20, 30 minutes. Just get up, take a shower, and just go out and do it, man. Just fucking do it. That's one thing that I learned from my dad that I admire. If there's one thing that I really admired about my father, guys, it was his work ethic. You know what I mean? My dad, y'all seen dad, man, at his biggest, he was like 650 pounds. You know what I mean? And that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking weight. You know what I mean? And he would drink and stuff, but he'd get up every freaking morning. Even if we were poor, he still went up and he went out and worked these thankless jobs, for this shitty, thankless boss, named Henry Brown, and he would, man. You'd see him pouring sweat, man. You'd see him reeling sometimes, He'd come home and you'd have to sit there and run the sock through his toes, and dude, my dad would have fissures in his heels, man, almost big enough where you could put a pencil lead down into. because his heels were just so rough and broken and cracked, from just all that weight that he carried around on a daily basis. But he would still do it, man. He didn't give a shit, man. He would knock on doors, bro, whatever he had to do. You know what I mean? And he passed that work ethic on along to me. You know what I mean? And hopefully, you know what I mean. He has passed some of that wisdom on to you guys as well. So Bob, right there to you, man. That was that's a lot to take in, man. And let me tell you what, it all comes from experience, personal experience, man. So I wish you guys the best, man. Let's see here. Brandon Lejeune says, "Hey Charlie, would you be interested in coming to Louisiana? There's some pretty cool sports spots to explore here. Also, plenty of crawfish or whatever kind of fake Cajun food y'all will like." Man, let me tell you what, I'm all about Louisiana and going and checking out the haunted history and the genealogy, the geography of it. The swamps, the gators, the nature, the wildlife. I'm not so much into the cooking though. Not as far as like crustaceans and other sorts of creatures from the sea. I'm not very keen on, guys. Oh my God, there was nothing for Dad to just pop a head off a damn crawdad. Me, I told you guys, man, I would fish for crawdads almost every day when I right there in Trailwood, right on the other side of that trailer that you all have seen so many years. Right on the other side of that trailer, there's a little ditch that I would go. I would steal a damn shoestring out of my mama's shoes. I would take one of her bedpans from work. She was always bringing home these plastic little bedpan things, and then I'd go get me a couple of hot dogs. And guys, I'd go down to the ditch and I'd lay over the retention pipe, the concrete pipe, and I'd tie the string around my hot dog and I'd throw it down the pipe. And I'd sit there for a few minutes, man, and I'd slowly pull that string up with the hot dog on it. And as it gets closer up out of the depths of that ditch, you can see it getting brighter, the sun making it brighter, and you can see these freaking crawdads on it, and they can see you too. So you had to kind of hide yourself while you put that bedpan underneath them and catch you some crawdads, bro. I would catch like 10, 15, 20 crawdads a day, and I would trade them to the ice cream man for a little bomb pop. And that was about my extent. That was about the extent of my my crawdadding right there. I wouldn't eat them. Erica loves that kind of stuff. Ace Man says catching crawdads in bedpans. And let me tell you what, it's so funny, Miss Aunt Becky laughing at that, huh? Danielle the child, hello. But and the worst part about it was like these bedpans, like bedpans. I lost so many crawdads because I just wouldn't use a strainer. Oh wow, Miss Angie dropped a $25 right there. Thank you so very much. You are a beautiful swan, Angie. I appreciate that. That's gonna go to Erica's Christmas present next month. So I think we got about $150 probably going right there. We'll try and get Erica something nice. So thank you so very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, like I would lose so many crawdads because like the bedpans don't have holes in them. I should have just stole my grandma's spaghetti strainers. Man, I don't know how many times I would, my right there where Dad's room was, my papa lived and slept. And man, at least once a day, he would chase us out of those ditches, guys. And I'd get up and I'd run. And my mama, I don't know if she ever knew whatever happened to her shoestrings. I just noticed she knew that she'd have to get new shoestrings once a week. Let's see here. Xander D-Dog says, how do you donate money? Down there, right where you type in right here, right below it, you see a little money symbol. You can either do that or you can hit me up. Well, no, never mind. I was going to say you can hit me up and donate through Facebook Messenger, but we're actually in the negative right now. So anything that is donated to us through Messenger goes straight to the negative. It'll come out. It'll come out in the end, you know. But for now, yeah, that's it. So, anyways, yeah, let's see here. Charlie and Erica fan page says you should buy her a ring and marry her because she's a real one, a real girlfriend, and she's so beautiful. You should be proud, bro. I am, man. I'm super, super proud. Super, super blessed and thankful, man. Um, these last 6 months that I haven't been drinking, almost 6 months now, guys. No booze, and about a good month now, probably, where I've actually really been trying to kind of harness my anger. You know what I mean? Oh my God. And yeah, it's really changing, like, just my outlook on life. Not just my outlook on life, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, my outlook, and it changes, the way I'm seeing things, and man, yeah, like we just came back from the store yesterday. We went out and got us a pizza, a little cheap pizza from Little Caesars, and we pulled back up to our shitty little trailer, guys, our beat up little tin can trailer, and walking up the steps, and our kitties come running up the steps, happy to see us, ready to come into our home, our little humble home. And and I just watched Erica walking into the house in front of me. I just kind of just stopped and just watched her walk in for a minute while I was holding the pizza. Watched her walk in and all the kitties walk in. And I just thought about it. Just how much time me and her have spent together here in this little shit trailer. You know what I mean? Just enjoying each other's company and watching movies and playing Jason and making meals and watching YouTube videos and going live and stuff and just living. You know what I mean? Just living, honestly. And just me and her. I mean, I love all you guys. You guys are amazing. You are definitely extensions of the family, of my circle. You know what I mean? But like here in my direct living situation, it's just like me and Erica. We don't have any family here. She doesn't, so it's just us here, you know what I mean? And it's been just us here for the last 3 years, you know what I mean? And we've been making it, and we've been doing things, and we've been laying the foundation, and I haven't even really been paying attention to it. You know what I mean? Because, either I've been drinking or I've been angry, and that separates me from reality. Also coupled with, guys, I really just feel like there's a certain amount of wisdom that is just I feel like a certain change is taking place in me right now, man. Like, just like mentally, not so much physically, but really mentally, guys. Like, I feel like this age, I'm about to be 38, man. I was sitting here thinking earlier today, and I had been thinking for a while, man. I'm like, when I hit 38, that's about the time that I really was. I really start remembering things of Dad. You know what I mean? Remember when Dad was 38? I was 5.5 years old. That was around the time I started retaining memories. And Dad, me and Dad playing with wrestling figures together. I remember I had a Macho Man and he had a King Kong Bundy, and them big, tall wrestling figures like that didn't move. And I remember getting poked in the eye one time with it. Hurt. And that's one of my younger memories, and Dad was like 38 at the time. You know what I mean? And so I'm starting to go back and remember in my mind and looking at Dad and his image as the same age as I am right now, and thinking about him working and raising a family and dealing with his issues that he dealt with on a daily basis, and here I am, the same, I'm in the same shoes as him. You know what I mean? And it really just kind of humbles you a little bit, man. It really just makes you say, damn, makes you sit back and just look. Josh Thompson, what is happening? Thank you for joining us. And just really makes you to look back and say, damn, just shit, here we are, you know. And I can make the same mistakes that my dad made, or I can try and do better. Not to say that my dad was a terribly flawed man, but we all have our own issues. And yeah, so I feel like there's a certain amount of wisdom, guys, that is just that is just being laid upon me, that is just kind of permeating within me. And I'm starting to see things differently, you know what I mean? And it feels good, guys. It does. It feels really good. Brandon Lejeune, thank you so much for joining us. I was glad to catch the chat with y'all. Charlie, have a great night and catch you on the next one. Well, thank you, brother. I don't plan on being on here too long. I want to get off here and probably play a little bit more Jason, smoke me a few cigarettes, and go to bed. Guys, I kind of started smoking cigarettes again. We got about another half a pack, 3/4 of a pack to finish, and then I'm gonna try and quit again. But yeah, I picked him back up. I went five long, glorious days without smoking a cigarette, and then I got aggravated and smoked. Miss Cottywomple was right there when it happened. Miss Cottywomple says, "Tell Erica hello." I definitely will. She's asleep. I tucked her in, and yeah, she's probably catching some nice Z's right about now. She's been laying out about a good hour. So yeah, hopefully she is out for the night. Yeah. And yeah, she didn't know I was going live neither. I really didn't know I was going live. I know that I took a shower real quick, tucked her in, pulled the gingerbread out, and then took me a shower real quick. And then I came and sat down, and I'm like, well, I can watch Lord of the Rings. I can play some video games, go live, or I can go to bed, And Josh Thompson, have a great night, man. And yeah, I felt like this was the best choice for me, guys. I hadn't been live with you all in a couple of days. And yeah, just wanted to come on here and show you all some love, man. Let y'all show me that love back. I appreciate it, man. Stephanie Hopkins commented on a link I shared. Okay, cool. Noah says, is Erica enjoying her new job? Yes, she really is, man. Like, the people there are super awesome with her. She's getting along with her coworkers, and she's catching on really fast, and doing a really, really good job, man. Making some really good money, really good opportunities, health benefits and stuff. And yeah, she doesn't mind going to bed at 8 o'clock. To get up and go to her career, what I mean, is how she's looking at it. We have waffled a lot. We've waffled along and long enough, So I've come to find out so many of us are pretty much in my same position, you know what I mean, where you spend your 20s and your 30s just kind of having fun, just doing what you want to do and trying to figure it out, fuck it up until you get it right, and then about mid-30s, early 40s, you kind of then you get into your career. That's not how it's supposed to be, but that's how most of us end up doing it, Let's see here. Excuse me. Keytown Preacher Bizoni Boy, what is up, man? Says, hey, Charlie, much love from Cherokee, Iowa. Comment on the size of Mike's back. Keep it real. Oh, man. Like I say, I'm not trying to talk too much shit, quite honestly, as long as, like I say, I told them, keep my name out your mouth, don't be putting me in no bullshit, scenarios and no shit like that, and we'll be good, you know what I mean? So, like, bro, I'm gonna try to keep my word, I want to comment on the size of his back. I don't know, I mean, Michael, I wish you well, bro. I mean, I honestly do. And I have this up and down shit with my brother, you know what I mean? But the honest, decent, kind person inside of me still wishes him well, and hopes that he will, like, lose some weight, man. Like I say, if we had in a different world, I would have helped Mike. You know what I mean? Get back on his feet. You know what I mean? And try and stay focused, because that's the main thing. When you guys get on a diet and you start exercising and stuff, it's really easy to fall off. It's really easy to take your focus off of it, because it can be quite difficult, especially whenever you're somebody like Michael size, or somebody of significant size. You know what I mean? After you lose a certain amount of water weight and stuff, it kind of feels like it plateaus. You'll start dieting and you'll lose 5, 10, 8, 12 pounds. And you're feeling good about yourself, and it's really easy to put that candy bar away. You know what I mean? When you're just losing so much weight so rapidly. But once you start to kind of plane off, then you get back to the old down feeling. You know how you get, you feel down about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you got to eat. You know what I mean? You got to drink. That was kind of like me, man. Like every time that I would feel down about myself and real shitty, you know what I mean? I'll go out and get drunk. You know what I mean? I was like, just like emotional eaters and shit. I'm an emotional drinker, coupled by the fact that I'm also an alcoholic, so, emotional for me can be happy, sad, even meh, and, yeah, Ace Man says it's hard to lose weight when you're depressed all the time. I mean, yeah, quite honestly, dude, like whenever you don't see anything good, or feel like anything's good, it can bring you down. And also, poor diet itself, is a depressant, like what was that? How many of y'all watched the Super Size Me with that guy? What was his name? Oh man, Morgan Spurlock was his name. He actually would eat nothing but McDonald's for a month straight, and if they asked him, he would get it through the drive-through, and if they asked him if he wanted supersize, he had to say yes. Fuck you, Morgan Spurlock, you ruined our supersize. But it was quite unhealthy, because he would straight up talk about how within 2 weeks of the strict McDonald's diet, you know what I mean, that he would succumb to a certain level of depression, that he hasn't really encountered before, and direct result of the food that what you're putting in to your body, and then I mean, I can't say anything. Like, look at me, I'm fat, dude. Like, I mean, I don't want to be flashing, but I mean, come on. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm fat too. I mean, I can't sit here and talk like some kind of fucking health guru. You know what I mean? But I mean, I know what it takes. We all know what it takes. You know what I mean? And I mean, just imagine like this. Like, would you rather be extremely super obese, like just super fat? Would you rather be big pun fat, Biggie Smalls fat? Or would you rather be like just about, because like, I hate this, guys. There's so many people that, like, how many times I heard this, they would say, if you just try just a little bit, Charlie. Oh my God. People would say, if you just tried just a little bit, Charlie, you'd be a stud. If you just lost about 20 pounds, Charlie, if you just lost 20 pounds and just worked out just a little bit, you're almost there. If you just tried a little bit, you'd be a stud, And I'm like, fuck. So, I mean, what would you rather be? Would you rather just go ahead and be balls out, just big, or, and then like no really chance of getting healthy, so just go ahead and have fun with it? Or would you rather be somebody that's close? You were all, what's that song, Metallica? So close, no matter how far. And that's Erica's song for me. And it almost feels like a story of my life, the almost, and, in a way, I would almost rather have, be large, overly large, and then that close to the ring, and who knows, like I did start last year, guys, right there around when it started getting cool, right around this time last year. I would start going to this park right up the road from me, and I would start jogging, guys. It was so funny. Like So, I mean, there's so many soccer fields out here, soccer moms and kids, a shit ton of people that hang out at this park, especially on Saturday mornings. And so I was going out there, I'm determined to start jogging, and I took a lap around, just walked it. Came back around the second time. I looked around. Yeah, literally. I looked around. Wasn't nobody looking. There was nobody else in the woods or whatever. So I started jogging. I just kind of just started jogging, jogged all the way through the woods, the wood path up to where the field start again, and all the kids are playing soccer and shit. Jogged up to the field, and then I stopped and started walking again. I mean, I was embarrassed, and then I walked around all around the people back to the woods, and I jogged again, and I actually kept that up for like a week, Never did jog in front of anybody, in front of people, because I'm a little embarrassed, but nonetheless I still tried, and I found, like, I was the biggest fear for me, guys, when it came to jogging was not being able to do it. Just the fear of not being able to, just the fear that I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start jogging and within 5 minutes I'm going to be winded, I'm going to be gassed. And I was, quite honestly, let me tell you the truth, when I did start jogging, I was winded and stuff the first couple of days. And I would jog for 5 minutes and I would stop, and it's really hard, guys. This is one of the hardest things, after that 5 minutes, when you stop and you take a break and you kind of start walking, the hardest thing to do is that once you get that rest is to start jogging again. You are fighting against yourself. You're like, I don't want to. Just start doing it. Just do it. You know what I mean? And the more, it's just like anything else in life. The more you do it, the better you get at it. You know what I mean? And I mean, I swear to goodness, man, it was like I went jogging like 5 times last year. I mean, but I got to be honest with you, with by the end of that 5th one, I mean, I really did feel, I felt healthier. I don't know if most of it was probably right up in here, but that, just like what Ace Man says, bro, to have that positive mindset is to really help you, is to really continue, and I really did. Joe Rogan, you hear Joe Rogan and you hear other athletic men and women talk about hitting the gym and exerting yourself and pushing yourself to the fucking limit, and then after you're done, you just feel good about yourself. You feel fucking powerful. You feel stronger than you were, 20 minutes ago, an hour ago. And they're right. I mean, they're right. How many of you have actually gone out there and put in a strong ass hard day's work, or just overexerted yourself, or not overexerted yourself, but exerted yourself, push yourself to those limits. And then afterwards, you may have been tired for a couple of minutes, but after that, you're like, wow, I feel good, and that's what it's all about, man. Making yourself feel good. So what's everyone going on in here about some pussy? Chris Topher says, some reason I can't send you and Erica proper Amazon products. Send me your PayPal. We don't have a PayPal, brother. Yeah. Every time we get a PayPal, something happens and it gets taken. And so we just don't mess around with the PayPal anymore. I don't know if you got the right address or not. Let me go ahead and put this in here. 28150. There you go. You don't necessarily have to put lot 2 if you don't want to. Yeah. Ace Man says you read my mind. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, man. You're awesome and shit. And yeah, I love seeing what you guys send us, man. We got the Christmas tree up right now. Have I shown you guys the Christmas tree? I've got this laptop right here. Let's go check out the Christmas tree, guys. We went ahead and put our Christmas tree up the other day, and I'm happy for it. The longer you have it up, the more that you can celebrate. So anyways, let's take a walk in here. Gonna show you guys. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Okay, I don't want to be too loud.
you're most thankful for. All right, I'm going to start. I'm
There's our
thankful
Christmas. And look, there's Grandpa.
beautiful, loving
Hell
family.
you want over here?
Erica, I
I don't know exactly how to work that damn camera. It goes the opposite direction. But yeah, that's just how I'm living. That's how oh please don't knock over. Oh god, I'm having technical difficulties. That's how I'm living, guys. That's how I'm sitting in the living room right there, drinking my tea and smoking my cigarettes and hanging out, man. Just living my life, man. Ace man got some Santa Clauses up. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Santa Claus coming to town. And yeah, man, hopefully, you guys hold on a second. Can you see me? Okay, there we go. You know, there's been somewhat of a negative damper on all the holidays this year, with the pandemic going, COVID Christmas, and um I don't know, man. It's just it's always within us, you know what I mean, to try to make the most out of every situation, good or bad. And this is just another opportunity for us to try and do so. Like I didn't have the best Halloween, because my interior dialogue was jacked. My homie in Colombia kind of jerked me around, screwed up my plans for Halloween. But I mean, I'm determined to have a very nice Thanksgiving and a very joyful Christmas. You know what I mean? And that's within me, and that's within all of you guys as well. And yeah, damn, it's easy to talk about, but it's another thing to do it. So for some reason it looks like the screen has gone a little darker. Maybe I think it's because I unplugged. Maybe not. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, so yep, looking like we're about an hour and a half in here, guys. I'm not gonna go ahead and hang on here too long. Debbie, thank you so much for that 25 drop. You other guys that donated, to get me to talk shit about myself in Mexican or whatever it was, Spanish. I appreciate donations and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Probably about to get off of here and just probably watch the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I found all three of the Lord of the Rings at Goodwill yesterday for $4 for all three of them, and I'm ready. I'm really interested in watching. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think I might wake up in the morning. I was thinking about starting it tonight, but I think I might just wake up in the morning and watch me some Lord of the Rings. How's that sound, guys? Dragon Zeron, is it possible to interview you? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really much into it, guys. Like, I mean, I don't really see what the I don't really see what the use, quite honestly, would be for me, to do interviewing with anybody, like what are we gonna interview, I guess the most prolific aspects of my life, you know what I mean, worth, interviewing, is the whole angry grandpa side and the whole negativity and drama side, and quite honestly, I really don't feel like I should interview with anybody about that has less than 500,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna talk about this with the again, I want it to mean something. I want it to be able to help me. You know what I mean? And uh yeah, quite honestly, as you all know, I would do some interviews with piggybackers with Chad, from Somerville, back when Dad was in the hospital, and it was just very emotionally charged. It was just a very emotionally charged subject matter. You know what I mean? That perhaps should not have came out at the time. You know what I mean? My dad was lying in the hospital bed. You know what I mean? I had Michael's bodyguard. Cruising around North Charleston looking to kick my ass and shit, and I had beer on the brain. You know what I mean? And it was just another instance of wrong place, wrong time, wrong person. You know what I mean? And yeah, Jeremy Alexander says that's smart though. You don't owe an explanation. Like, well, quite honestly, you know what I mean? Like, I've explained myself enough. Like, I mean, how many times, do I, talk about this instance and I talk about that and I apologize for this and I apologize for that, and that's what your trolls and haters, that's what they want. They want to see you stuck in a perpetual loop of degradation and uh, uh, seeking forgiveness, and just they can get that, every time that that they make you, revisit your past, and on their terms. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their own narrative. Everybody that they try to push. The haters, and then the non-haters. Phil, what is up, brother? Says life starts with self-accountability. Thanks for the inspiration, my guy. Keep progressing. Well, always, bro. And like, yeah, that's what it always is about, bro. You can't just sit there and point your fingers at everyone else. This person, that person. Y'all saw me do that for how many years? Y'all saw me do that for the last 3 years. You know what I mean? You would every damn day almost, you would see me come out and Michael said this about me, or Michael doxed me, and I mean, while I was right in pointing it out, um, I wasn't living right myself. You know what I mean? It was so easy for people to, not believe me or be able to say, yeah, but you, and yeah, you know what I mean? So once, and taking accountability isn't always just about, saying and admitting, you know what I mean? It's about taking the steps forward, you know what I mean? To make your life, better, Kenneth, thank you so much. Was Angry Grandpa strict when y'all was kids? Nah, man. Like I say, Dad wasn't very strict at all, man. Like, he'd get mad, he'd break a broomstick over my head, and that would be it. There was never really any forms of punishment. Quite frankly, there was never anything to take from us when I was a kid, anyway. That would be deemed punishment. You know what I mean? Um, Dad, quite honestly, he let me wear what I wanted. He let me have my hair however I wanted. I remember whenever I was in first grade, I still got it. When I was in first grade, Dad would take me to the mall and get my ear pierced. I didn't ask to get my ear pierced, but Dad would take me to the mall and get my ear pierced for me. He said, "You want?" Well, I was like, "You want your ear pierced?" I was like, "Sure." But and the hole is still there. I was hoping I could find something to put in it for you guys. But yeah, Dad, quite honestly, like Dad wouldn't tell Dad wouldn't tell me what to wear, but he would be, even if he was embarrassed by it, guys. I'll never forget it, man. Like I say, I used to go with my dad on night calls. He was a serviceman for Circuit City. My aunt Charlene's husband Gordon had got him a part-time job, doing night calls for Circuit City, and he'd take me with them, and every night he would he'd go to the Circuit City and he'd get his paperwork, and then he'd go out to his service calls. And at this time, guys, I had this pair, he would take me with him. At this time, I had this pair of jeans that were so god awful, ridiculous, man. Like they were cut, they were torn complete, like rip, like 5, 6, 7 rips on each leg all the way down, man. That I would wear with a pair of red spandex tights underneath them, almost kind of like freaking Axl Rose or one of them 80s rockers, and it was just so god awful embarrassing. You know what I mean? That Dad would just tell me to stay in the truck. I didn't realize why Dad would tell me to stay in the truck. But Dad would be like, just stay in the truck. I'll get the paperwork and I'll be back, right? Well, one night I went to work with him and I couldn't find my favorite pair of ripped up jeans. So I went ahead and wore a pair of regular jeans, non-ripped up. and went with Dad on the service calls. And don't you know that that night Dad took me into Circuit City with him. Come on in, Bo. Come on in, bud. I want to meet some people, you know. And I remember going in there. I won't forget it, man. Like just TVs everywhere, and I was playing some little game. And but yeah, you know, he wouldn't tell me to change, but he wouldn't be seen with me if he was embarrassed, you know. I remember the only time that he really kind of laid the law down on me as far as like what you know my music. Will Davidson, thank you so much, brother. Favorite metal band, brother. Oh man. Whew, like well, you know, I'm not so big on like fucking like heavy metal. You know what I mean? Like I like Pantera, you know, Pantera, Tool. I remember Gravity Kills, what else? Slipknot. Is Slipknot heavy metal? Is Slipknot dark metal? I like Slipknot a lot. Would you call Tool heavy metal, or is Tool more of a psychedelic rock? Man, we're just getting into it, aren't we? Quite honestly, though, I haven't listened to any heavy metal um, in quite a while. When I think of heavy metal, I'm talking about like Nail Bomb and Slayer and what are some really Lollipop Lust Kill. Um, uh, Will Davidson, hell yeah, Pantera is good stuff. Yeah, but you know, like I'm not so well versed in Pantera though. I hate saying these names and stuff because then a lot of these people they're like the next question is like what song, you know, and I'm like shit, you know, what other songs do I know by name other than like fucking Walk, you know, and Cemetery Gates. That's just me being honest with you, man. You know, Marilyn Manson. Is Marilyn Manson metal? Dude, that is Marilyn Manson is probably my favorite artist again right now. And that's what I was gonna tell my dude that's asked about grandpa if grandpa was strict or not. The only time I remember grandpa ever telling me to throw something away or that I couldn't listen to something was in 1997. Paul, thank you so much, brother. Mwah. 1997 or 1998, the MTV Music Awards. Eminem came out in that bustier, you know, with the thong and lacy leggings setup, and he would go on and talk shit about people in the church. And he would say, "You talk about your God and you thump your Bible and you tell everyone to go to church. Why do I want to go to a place filled with a bunch of assholes?" And all of a sudden, the beautiful people kicks in, you know, and he takes off his fucking his robe and he fucking flashes his ass cheeks to everybody. Oh, and then Dad looks right at me and he says, "Go into your fucking room, take down all the posters, and give me all the CDs right now." And I looked right at Dad and I say, "Yes, sir." I looked right at Dad and I said, "Yes, sir." Went into the room. I took all my shit down and I gave it to him. And I don't know what the hell he did with it, but I know within 2 weeks I had my Manson again, and I was listening to Manson, and Dad wasn't saying much about it. So, yeah. Dawn of the Dead says Manson isn't metal; he's shock rock. Saw him live at Ozfest. Well, man, I got to tell you, dude. Like, I mean, but what is shock rock when you can't see it? You know, like I guess let me take that back. You know, I am the god of fuck. You know, and fuck Frankie and My Monkey. You know, My Monkey is a very very shocking song. You know, it's almost too fucking much. You know, but man, I really love, you know, Marilyn Manson guy, you know, Antichrist Superstar, all of his early shit, Antichrist Superstar, Smells Like Children, and Portrait of an American Family, man. Like, I'm actually looking on eBay. I want to get Portrait of an American Family. It's like $10 for the CD plus free shipping. I think I want to get that. Plus, I've got a bid out right now for the Portrait of an American Family shirt. You know, if you remember, it's got like the neon green Marilyn Manson, and it's got like the puppet family all sitting on the couch in front of the TV, and it says Portrait of an American Family. Yeah, Marilyn Manson is probably my favorite artist, quite honestly, guys. And I strayed away from him for a while, guys. You know, I would turn to like gangster and shit like that, you know, and you know, I just really didn't understand Mechanical Animals, you know, when he came out and he had the whole prosthetics thing going on, you know. But when I go back and I listen to Mechanical Animals now, man, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, man, I just, it's so beautiful. And I'm just like, man, how the hell did I deny myself that music for so long, all because of a CD cover, all because of some prosthetic boobs, you know? And yeah, listening to his new stuff, his new album, We Are Chaos. Here it is right here. Bought his new album. I've got it out there in the car. We Are Chaos, produced by Shooter Jennings. How you like that? Produced by old Shooter. That's super cool. And I really love this one a lot, man. This is Jesus. I don't know, like Paint You With My Love is probably one of my favorites, man. It's just, I don't know. This is one of the albums I just put on and just press play, and that's it. Here's another one. I've got my camera sitting on CD cases. Take a look. This is what I've got in the car right now. If you can't see that, that is Tool Undertow. Sober is on there. Sober is song number 3. I am just so in love with Crawl Away right now, man. Like Crawl Away, Swamp Song, Undertow, 6 through 10, man. Like the other day, dude, I swear to God, I got home and from the store and I sat in the car literally for like 20 minutes and just finished out the whole last half of Undertow because I mean it is just so innovative even to this day. Like I really feel like Tool has lost its way. 133 people watching, love you all. I really feel like Tool has lost its way. Like they have really just gone too far down that rabbit hole of psychedelic rock. You know what I mean? That they've gotten too innovative, too brave with their music. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know how artists sometimes they just get too exploratory with it. The Beatles, look at them for instance. You know what I'm saying? Damn. What's that? Yellow Submarine by the end of that damn song. It beats up into a fucking crescendo of goddamn every fucking instrument in the world. Just which I still kind of like Yellow Submarine. I'm thinking of a different song. But yeah, it can be too exploratory, and this Undertow is simple yet complex, and Undertow is my shit, man. Spider Jack says, "Do you like Nirvana?" Of course I like Nirvana, bro. Like very pivotal band for me, like, and you got to give Nirvana credit where it's due, like I'm not very big on like anymore. I'm not so big on like the super popular music acts and shit out there, you know. Um, but Nirvana would be that. Nirvana would turn into that, the super lucrative, the face of MTV, grunge MTV, um they would make it very easy, to transition, from childhood or hip hop into this grunge lifestyle, this grunge frame of mind. You know what I mean? So that's why I still appreciate Nirvana. Part of me, rejects them now because of just how big they are, of just what an icon Nirvana is now, but like quite honestly, you'll see people, when you see these kids and shit that don't even know who the fuck Nirvana are wearing the shirts and shit, and Nirvana has almost become more of like a lifestyle, almost a name, like almost like a tag, name tag or something, as opposed and to a lifestyle, whenever they started, grunge was taken. Grunge was stolen, by the big corporations that we were rebelling against. You know what I mean? And the very lifestyle that once, damn captivated a nation, you know what I mean, ended up cashing out on a generation and on a nation, and so it was really easy to like Nirvana because fucking everybody told you to, not just from the fact that they were super talented in a very stripped down and bass way. All you had was Kurt had the lead guitar, Chris had the bass, and you had Dave on the drums. Then you had who was that other guy? Shit. Oh man, They had somebody else in the group for a little bit, but basically it was just those three people, you know, and it was just very stripped down. It was very simple riff, you know, and you know, in that way, you know, I can still appreciate Nirvana very much, you know what I mean? Because, you know, there's something very beautiful and very poetic, you know, in simplicity, you know what I mean? And Nirvana was simplistic to the core, as opposed to Alice in Chains, as Chris Boss is saying. Do you like Alice in Chains? Alice in Chains, actually. Dale from Shelby. Much love to you, Dale from Shelby. How you doing tonight, buddy? Alice in Chains, man, was just you know, I don't know. Alice in Chains, it feels like they wanted to start out as a hair metal band almost. You know, it's like they had that, they were adopting the hair metal look and even somewhat the sound, Lane Staley was a hell of a singer, you know, and um, it was almost like a he could almost turn it into a power ballad, you know, Lane. But nevertheless, you know, like I still got to give Alice in Chains credit. You know, they are still a very, you know, wonderful band. It wasn't just Lane Staley; it was also Jerry Cantrell. You know, for the longest time, you would think that you know you're harmonizing with Lane Staley's vocals. You know, when in actuality it's Jerry. You know what I mean? That's really softening out. You know, and and yeah, I really do like Alice in Chains a lot. It just takes me back. It really does, man. I'm not so sure that I'm gonna sit there and go out and buy, you know, an Alice in Chains CD. I can't really think of an Alice in Chains CD. Even the CD with the three-legged dog, you know, that's like their biggest CD or whatever. You know, I've had a couple of chances to buy that CD for like $3 and $4, and I've just passed it up. You know what I mean? And so I guess it says that says something in itself right there, right? Ron RMC says they got to see them in Oakland the New Year's before Kurt died. They played with Butthole Surfers. Ha ha! Bobcat Goldtwat was the MC. That is so super cool, man. Holy crap. I've never been to a rock concert in my life, you know, aside from house shows, and then we did go to the Epicenter, and we got to see the tail end of Motionless in White, and we were setting ourselves up to be like fourth row back to watch Tool, and then a fucking storm came through, knocked the freaking stage down moments after we left, and they canceled the show. I was this close to seeing Tool, guys. God! And they were unveiling their new songs from Fear Inoculum. And we didn't get to see it, man. It pissed me off so damn much, man. Yeah. Well, anyways, you know what, guys? We're coming up almost on 10 o'clock, man. And I'm going to go ahead and bounce up off of here, man. I'm going to go ahead and smoke some cigarettes. I got to put the dinner up, you know, before the cats get into it. And just hang out, man. You know, so yeah, man. Thank you all for watching, man. Oh, do you have favorite rappers? New ones only. Haha. Well, you know what, man? To be honest with you, man, I'm enjoying the new rap right now. You know, just on that note, you know, I just like the favorite rapper right now. I like Roddy Ricch, bro. I like Roddy Ricch. God damn, who's that? Oh man, see now you got me caught. You got me on the on the spot because like I've got you know Sirius Radio and we're listening to all the new acts. You know, what I mean Travis Scott. You know, I like Travis Scott. The Baby, man, the Baby is doing shit with everybody. The Baby, Lil Baby, the Baby, and Roddy Ricch. They're doing a bunch of shit right now. I really enjoy that. Who's that one? Sheck West. Sheck West is kicking ass right now. Who else? Who's that motherfucker talking? Walk him down, walk him down, walk him down, walk him down. Posted in front of the trap, selling dope to the conson, calm down. Boy, Nick right off of the map when I hit him with the 400 round. See, I'm listening to I love it, dude. I listen to every fucking thing, though, man. I'm not just in rock. Not, you know, I'm well versed, man. I really want to go ahead and get if I got to be honest with you all, and when it comes to rap, there is a rap CD. Actually, look at right. I got Eminem, the Eminem show. I just bought this here recently. Who remembers the fucking Eminem show, bro? How about that shit? And I think I want to get Ghetto Dope, Master P Ghetto Dope, and I want to get True. I don't know how many of you guys remember Master P, Silk the Shocker, and C Murder. They would form a group called True, TRU, and they had a 2-disc set that was the biggest thing down here in the South, back in like 98, 99. And those two, yeah, there you go. True to the game. Brandy Renee says, yes, Ghetto Dope was the shit. It damn sure was. And both of those 2 CDs right there will take me back so very far, man. Jim Morrison says, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yes, East 1990 Eternal was a big one for me, guys. I want to get, I would like to get DMX. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That was a very good one for me. Do or Die. I love Picture This and Heads or Tails. I don't know how many of y'all were ever into Do or Die. What else? Yeah, man. Wu-Tang and the Gravediggers. I love Wu-Tang and Gravediggers. Yeah. DMX, yes, man. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Dude, I remember where I was at when I first heard that album. I won't forget it, guys. Somebody was like, yo, man, do you like DMX? And I thought that they were talking about Run DMC. And I was like, what? Man, they're whack. Run DMC is whack. No, I said DMX is whack. I thought they were talking about Run DMC. And my homie Jesse looked at me like, man, you fucking crazy, and he put it on, dude. And pow, it was almost like listening to Eminem for the first time. This dude just rough and raw, and just talking about deep, dark, devilish shit. You know what I mean? It's just, he kind of busted open a new door, in the rap game. And yeah, I have much respect for DMX, man. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce off of here, man. And Will Davison, thank you so much, brother. Enjoy your dinner and light up a cigarette for me, brother. Much love. Mwah. Yeah, definitely, man. I think I'm done with dinner for the night, man. I still got this heartburn that I'm nurturing, so maybe I'll take care of that. Cigarettes don't help, but yeah. So Vancouver, thank you so much for joining us. Bama Mama says DMX lives in Anderson. Dude, that would be so fucking cool to meet DMX. Holy shit. Bob Belishkin says King Von. I think I've heard of King Von before. I'm not really sure. Dan Rob Smith 97. Have a great night. Beardo 2020. Much love to you, Corey. Much love to you, Corey. Hey, thank you for hanging out with me tonight, man. Brandy will be 38 with me. 38 is still a good year, man. We're a couple years before 40, and still young enough to make a difference. Dawn of the Dead, have a great night. CJ, have a much blessed one, man. Dominic Connolly, Brandy Renee, I'm 82. Ace Man, have a great night, man. Says give her the old 1, 2, 3 and hit the sack. No, I will not be waking Erica up. Once Erica goes to sleep, that is it, guys. I the other morning, the Erica had she came home actually and had talked about, she said something about me playing the game, and I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, you woke me up last night. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you came in and you laid down about 10 o'clock, and then you got right back up and then came out in the living room and started playing the game. And I said, baby, I didn't come to the room. I had actually took me a nap, guys. By the time I took a nap from like 6 o'clock to 8. I woke up at like 8:15, 8:30, and Erica she left me alone on the couch and she went to the bedroom to go to sleep. I woke up at like 8:30 and I started playing the game. Erica says that she woke up around 9:30, 9:45 with somebody crawling into the bed with her, hugging her real quick, and then getting up and getting back out of the bed. I'm about to get goosebumps, guys, because it was not me. Also, one more thing I wanted to land on with you guys. If y'all remember back around Halloween, whenever I kept seeing the weird shadows. I got the door shut right now. Take a look. I got that door shut right now, so I don't see any weird, freaky shadows coming through the curtains. But Dude, I was just sitting outside the other night looking at the stars and having a cigarette, and boom, it hit me, dude. Our neighbors that have, I don't know if I already told you this, but our neighbors that have a screen pressing business right next door to us, in the shed where they keep the screen pressing machines and stuff. Um, the neighbor that lived there before them, he hung himself. Guys, I'm about to get goosebumps. I mean, like literally, dude, like 40 feet from where I'm standing right now. 40 fucking dude, I'm getting look at this, dude. Oh my god. Look at the goosebumps. 40 feet from where I'm sitting right now, man, somebody had hung and killed themselves. Is maybe somebody trying to reach out or something? I don't know. But I forgot all, dude. I'm glad that I did forget that, because if I had remembered that back 2 months ago, I probably would have shit. So, anyways, all right. I see that Doug is live right now. I hear that. Doug just had an operation. Hopefully, he's doing well, guys. Send Doug my love, and tell him that we're thinking about him. And I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. See, way to Doug, and go eat me some ice cream, smoke me a cigarette, and just hang out, man. So, Spider Jack, I've lived here almost 3 years, man. 3 nice long years, man. And I love it. Jim Morrison, thank you so much for joining us. Lester Fahey, I'm sorry. Kevin Zerfus, much love to you, Kevin. Ace Man, thank you so much, brother. Bob Belkishan, Nick R. Aaron Lejeune, Dale from Shelby, much love to you, brother. CJ, Rusty Wells, Paul Guest. Hey, Charlie, ghost hunt your house. I thought about actually taking the ghost box right over to that it's basically a shed. It's not a shed because it's wood, but I was thinking about going over there one night with the ghost box and seeing if maybe I can't communicate. Dude, what if there's anyone that possibly you communicate, if the spirits stay in this realm, it's going to be from a person that committed suicide, I would think. So, Noah Wright, have a great night. Banknote, Hoovy, have a great night. Thank you for joining us, man. Dale from Shelby, where do you get a ghost box? Online, man. Just go to Amazon. I've got myself a little P2500. It's what normally everybody use. It costs like $30 on Amazon, man. And then you got to get yourself an external speaker or something that it costs you another $10. But yep, just online. Yep. NLC Choppa. There you go, Bill Cushion. I'm really enjoying the rap to this day. Erica's like, I don't like it. I'm like, yeah, I do. So, and Post Malone, I'm really liking Post too, man. He's really found his way. Anyways, man, I'm getting off of here, man. Ace Man says maybe that's why you've seen the shadows, the spirit trying to get your attention. Well, guys, I'm really nervous about that, guys. I've got my sage around here somewhere. Here we go. I've got my sage. So perhaps we'll do ourselves, and we can even possibly do a live stream, a live investigation or something. I doubt it, because doing these investigations, sometimes you sit around for a while waiting for responses and stuff, and they just don't pop out at you like that just because I'm live. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. So anyways, Chris Boss, have a great one, man. Dat Boy Gersh, Spider Jack, holy shit. All y'all, man. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, love, and chicken grease.